Hey everyone, it's me, Tanya Sparks. I'm a Plexus ambassador. Have been a Plexus ambassador since 2011 in October, when my upline and good friend of mine, Julie Ponder, called me and said, I know you've been having some issues with your weight. I heard you fuss about it. Why don't you try this? And I did, and I'm so glad that I did because it changed my life. It truly did. I lost 20 pounds. I was feeling great. I was exercising. I had quit drinking Diet Cokes, all of those things. And I guess it was about 2.5 years, I was doing well with Plexus. I actually quit my job and was doing Plexus full time. Was able to stay home with my son, take care of him, stay home with him during the summer, travel with him with baseball and all those things. However, things took a little bit of a turn, and I started having some problems, went to the doctor, and come to find out I had high blood pressure. And I began taking high blood pressure medicine, and I had to go through 3 or 4 different ones to find the right one for me that wasn't going to cause me to have some problems that I seemed to be having with everyone that I tried. But anyway, long story short, after I started that medication, I began to put on weight. And nothing I did would, keep me from doing that. I began eating. I was frustrated, so I quit taking my Plexus as regular. Right about the same time, Plexus revamped their accelerator, and I wanted to blame it on that. I didn't think it was working as good, and so I quit taking that, and I quit doing my ProBio like I should, and I just kind of was going through the motions. And so that's why a lot of you haven't seen many Plexus posts from me, because I convinced myself that Plexus didn't work, that it didn't make a difference in my life, and ultimately quit. I didn't quit using altogether. I still use sporadically, when I would think about it, but it just quit becoming a part of my everyday life. And I really regret that now. However, some of you probably wondered what happened if I was still taking Plexus, if I was still selling Plexus, and the answer is yes. Eventually, after seeing multitude of doctors and multitude of things happening to me in the last year, I realized that it wasn't the Plexus. It was my lifestyle change. It was my medication. And I found out that I had a numerous amount of food allergies. I've always had environmental allergies. I've taken medicine shots most of my life. And I just assumed they were testing me for food allergies. But I don't know if they ever were, or if I just developed these. I'm not sure. But we talk a lot about with our ProBio about gut health, and I knew that my gut wasn't healthy. I was having a lot of problems. I was having a lot of bloating, a lot of gas pains. It didn't matter what I ate. I just seemed like I was always bloated, looking, feeling, and nothing seemed to be helping. So I began taking the ProBio. I noticed a big change with the ProBio, but I was still having some of those symptoms. Well, ultimately, like I said, I found out I was diagnosed by an immunologist after seeing a multitude of doctors, like I already said, that I was allergic to wheat. I was allergic to corn. I was allergic to soy. I'm allergic to nuts, peanuts, and tree nuts. So all this time, and egg whites. So all this time I was dieting, or call myself dieting, eating healthy and trying to eat the right things. I was eating almonds, I was eating eggs, I was eating wheat bread, I was eating all the things that they say for us to eat, but I was allergic to those things. So there was no way my body could ever lose the weight, because I was constantly feeding it things that it was fighting. My whole body was in turmoil, which ultimately brings me back to this. Without good gut health and without overall body health, without your health, You're never going to lose the weight and keep it off. You're never going to maintain a healthy lifestyle if your body is constantly fighting itself. You'll find out that if you have an overgrowth of yeast in your stomach, that's begging and begging and begging for you to eat more sugar to feed it, you're never going to get to that point that you want to be in your body, in your weight loss goals, and your health goals. So once I found that out and began being treated for that and cut some of those foods out of my diet, my blood pressure came down. I have been able to get off of my blood pressure medicine and maintain it with my diet. And I don't mean cutting the salt out, I mean cutting the foods out that I was allergic to. We've cut gluten out of our life completely because ultimately when I was diagnosed, I brought my son who was having some of the same issues. Most of his life he's had these issues. And come to find out, he's allergic to gluten, he's allergic to wheat, to corn, to soy. He's also allergic to chicken, which I'd never heard of before. So we have made huge changes in our life. Now, I know what you're thinking. What do you eat, and how do you live like that? And of course you'd lose weight because you can't eat anything. Well, I can eat things. I can eat rice. I can eat potatoes. I can eat pasta that's made from rice. We don't look at it of what we can't eat. We look at it as what we can eat, the things we can eat. Since then, a multitude of people I found out has been diagnosed with wheat allergies, or a good friend of mine's daughter has just become diagnosed with celiac disease. So I think that, and the reason I'm making this video today is I believe what I've gone through for the last year the things I've learned and the trials I've been through, if I share those things, I believe it may help someone else. And someone else might be in my shoes and say, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I'm having all these issues and I've never had food allergies before. I've never had a problem with my weight before. And I kind of wanted just to bring it to light that since, all the GMOs have been added to our foods, our bodies are now reacting differently to all those foods, and gluten isn't everything. And I'm not a proponent to hate gluten. My son is allergic to gluten, and because I'm allergic to wheat, it's just easier for me to cut the gluten out. But you might have to look at your diet and your lifestyle and see, are you truly doing what you can do to be healthy? Are you watching the fried foods and the saturated fats? I mean, are you truly doing that? Are you truly taking your Plexus every day? Are you taking the ProBio? I do the Plexus, the Mega X, the Plexus Slim, the Mega X. I also do ProBio, 2 pills every day, and I take the Bio Cleanse, and that is now working for me. Since I have maintained healthy eating and gotten strictly back onto my Plexus routine, I'm already down 5 pounds, and I feel better. I'm not craving the Cokes I was starting to crave again. I'm not snacking like I was. I had gotten to where I couldn't walk by those cupcakes, and I couldn't walk by the king cake. Well, I can walk by the king cake now, and I love king cake. And even with my allergies, I would cheat. But with Plexus, I don't have to cheat, and I don't want to cheat. So I hope this helps everybody, and I probably said a million times, but I didn't mean to. I would hope that if you're watching this, you give Plexus a try. Again, if you haven't before, try it for the first time. But if you have been on Plexus, give it a try again, because I believe if you put your heart into it, I believe it can work for you. And it definitely works in my life, not just with my weight loss, because that's secondary to me right now. It's my overall health and to be able to get control back over my life. So give me a call if you want to. I can answer any questions about gluten that you may have, and if not, I can direct you where, because I have done a lot of research because of me and Alex's allergies, and I hope that I can help you if you're having any of these problems as well. So good luck, and I'm excited to be back with Plexus, and I'm excited to be back on the right track.